Why is having something in my hand that's new and smells like plastic so gratifying? I don't really know the answer to all of that, but I do want to discuss and talk about some wins I've had recently on how I've been able to stop buying new clothing and how you can implement it to pretty much every area of your life in order to save money and be more mindful of the clutter. Because let me tell you, I've had plenty and it's time to have no more. I am by no means a brain scientist, but I do know our brains operate with rewards. Meaning, if you do something that your brain likes, it gives you a reward blast in your brain, which means your brain's going to remember to do that again. It's reward circuitry. So the more we do something that our brains like, the more we're going to repeat that and create a habit. And the things our brain really likes are things that make us not die. We are surviving beings. We survived through millennia surviving, not thriving, living off nothing, but somehow being able to procreate and making to the next generation. So our brain gives us a super, super, super reward when we do things to keep us survive, to help us survive, as well as bring us pleasure. Because that's really what we humans do. The biggest thing that is our threat is death, is dying, to not go forward. And our brain knows that and protects us every single way. But since I have not had to deal with the saber-toothed tiger on my street over here, not lately, let's focus on rewards, because that's what makes me buy clothing. The way I've been able to curb my shopaholicism is figuring out when I buy the thing, taste it, or feel the sensation of that reward, that's the focus. That's what we want to focus on to figure out what that exact instant is. A simple way of putting it is finding your hot button, figuring out what that moment in time is that floods your brain with the feel-good chemicals that are going to subconsciously draw you to do that again. So the question is, what is the hot button that activates the reward system in the brain? For me, when it comes to clothing, it is the anticipation. The email I receive from wherever I bought it from saying the tracking is available. Checking the tracking every single day. When it's delivered, receiving an email saying it's delivered. And getting excited when I come home it's going to be there waiting for me. Walking out to my mailbox. Opening the mailbox. Bringing it back in. Popping the bubble wrap. I'm a kinesthetic person, so actually touching and popping it is actually enjoyable. And I put on the new piece of clothing, or in this instance, shoes, and I feel like I can conquer the world. Nothing is going to stop me. So what's my hot button here? Or hot buttons here? Well, having variety in my life is very important, so it's something new, something novel. I'm a kinesthetic person, meaning I write notes down physically, I pop bubble wrap. In this instance, the bubble wrap is the kinesthetic, and it's fun. I love popping bubble wrap. I can't think of something more enjoyable than spending all day popping bubble wrap. Okay, that might be a stretch, but I do find it very, very enjoyable. And then when I wear clothing I deem powerful, I take risks, I do things I usually would not do, and succeed. Not all the time, but I feel far more able and willing to take these risks when I feel powerful. So my question for you is, on something that you want to abstain from or curb in your life, what are the hot buttons? Where are the points where you get excited and you literally can feel sensations in your body that you're excited? Not the neurotic and negative stuff, the positive stuff. That is the question. And then, with that knowledge of what your hot button is, you can then begin to change your habits, change your actions in order to hit that hot button in a different way. I can feel powerful without buying a new pair of shoes. Those are not conjoining instances. They're actually isolated. So in order to hit those hot buttons, this is what I start doing. The novelty aspect, having something new. I have so many pairs of shoes, I'm not even going to tell you how many because I'm embarrassed. However, I hide some of them in the closet, in my garage, where I don't see them for a decent amount of time. Usually about a month or two. Then, when I'm ready to move on from the current footwear, I go back and open the box and have a new pair of shoes. I know I'm fooling myself. My brain doesn't know I'm fooling myself. Or at least I don't think so. That novelty of opening the box, Having the new pair of shoes gives me that powerful feeling without spending a dime. And then what I also do is actually grab the shoes, kinesthetic, and put them on like I just received them in the mail. That gives me, although I don't have bubble wrap, although I might buy some. I don't have bubble wrap, but I do have the feeling of the new shoes in my hand and the new shoes on my feet, and that sensation gets me excited. And then in the end, I'm wearing my powerful shoes, and I am ready to conquer the world and everything in it, as well as kicking tripods. So actionable items. Comment below. What is your hot button? How can you control it? And how can you use that for your future benefit? Meaning, I don't need to buy a pair of shoes. I already have enough pairs of shoes. However, I can now use this hot button to make myself feel powerful so I can take risks and be successful. You see the progression there? It's not the pair of shoes. It's the feeling powerful. It's the being powerful, having that courage to take risks I would not usually take. So my question for you is, what are the hot buttons and how can you change them? How can you change your life to make hitting those hot buttons something that's going to make you more successful? Make sure to like and comment and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the comment section and very, very soon, and keep hitting those buttons.